My name is Finn, and I am the producer of Madrigal. Madrigal is a 40-year-long tradition. We are now on the 40th year. It is a 5-act play, a 4-course meal. It's running for 3 days, a 2-part choir concert, and there's a dragon involved. There's 1 dragon. What is Madrigal's history? Madrigal, like I said, has been going for 40 years, since the 80s. Long, long ago, it started as a choir concert, a dinner with improv breaks, and over time it has evolved into a student show, completely student written. Basically what happens is there is a cast, there's a choir, and there is a big dinner. So audience members will come in to the ballroom, sit down, have a little dinner. In between breaks at the dinner table, people, what we call wenchers, will come up to them and sing little wenching songs. They get a little crazy, and in between those breaks will be an act from the play, a choir concert, so on and so forth. As the producer, I am pulling basically all the strings from backstage. I am in charge of the production staff, which includes like my choir directors, my acting directors, my tech people, all that. We work with each other to keep the show going, to keep it functioning, all the way from last spring, in which I chose them all the way into fall 2021. And that's how we put the show together over time.
My name is Maddie J. Lynch, and I am the improv director for this year's Madrigal dinner. One of the parts of Madrigal is in between the acts of the show, the characters will go out into the audience in character and interact with the audience members and sing them wenching songs and generally keep the universe of the show alive in the audience. And so I teach them how to do that. It's all about teaching improv basics is what I learned from the past improv directors before me, just to make sure that everybody knows like what improv is and how to do it. And then once we do that, we look at our characters a little bit and figure out who they are, so that way you can actually talk to people like a person. And then we teach them the wenching songs, and everyone gets put in groups and basically come up with little skits to do before the wenching songs.
My name is Tavia Gabrish. I'm the stage manager in the production. I'm also in the choir, and I'll be doing some wenching and stuff like that, but my main role is production staff, stage managing. So stage managing is very much like a, I guess, tech type role. And so it's kind of various different things. A lot of it's like keeping track of people, where they are, what they're doing. In rehearsal, and we're doing things, I like write notes for blocking, and I make notes of some of the things that we need for like props and various things like that. I am backstage making sure everyone's got their props ready, making sure everyone's got everything that they need to have and that everyone's ready. And so it's kind of someone who kind of just keeps track of everything.
My name is Michael Williams Martinez, and I am the director, specifically the acting director. The acting director is the person in charge of specifically the acting portion of Madrigal. There's a lot of parts to the show. There's like the whole choir, and there's a whole dance number usually, and then there's plenty of fights. But I am specifically in charge of how the show flows, rehearsals for lines and blocking and spacing, and just kind of helping the the plot and like the meat of the show kind of like become something. I did the 39th Madrigal dinner and just was part of that. And then this past summer, Finn, the producer, approached me and he said, "Hi, we need people who have done this show. Would you like to do this?" And I said, "Absolutely, I would like to do this." And now we're here. And it's been a great time. Honestly, the only big issues have sort of been just in regards to just making sure we're staying safe during this time as everything's, sort of on the rocks. I guess with this semester specifically, it's been really cool to watch all these people who used to do shows all the time finally get to be back in this environment, and people who have never done shows in their life discover like what it's like to be part of a cast and how rehearsals work.
My name is Zoe Pena, and I'm the main lead, and I play Stephanie Atina. She's a aspiring knight. Well, at first, I remember auditioning for the role. I was very open to anything that the director is willing to give me, and I didn't realize it would be a lead role until a few weeks in when we were practicing, and I had realized, and I'd seen so many lines, and it can be overwhelming, but I'm going to give it my all.
Well, the next steps are, for those who don't know, we do initial rehearsals in the Chicano Culture Room. It is a much smaller room than the ballroom. The ballroom is much, much, much bigger, but because of what it is and how it is used in the university, we don't really have access to it easily until we really, really need it. So the next step is to space everything and make sure everything translates to the actual acting space correctly. It's to, like if maybe a scene doesn't look full enough, maybe it doesn't fill the space enough. Maybe it's way too spaced out. Maybe the logistics of scene transitions don't work. That is the next process. It's long, it's annoying, but it helps tech run smoothly. And then after that, until tech, it's basically just getting used to the space, running the show again and again and again until everybody gets the feel for it.
I'm feeling great. I really like my costume, and it just feels very surreal that we're gonna start this play in like a week. So I'm really excited.
There's always a musical number. It's like a cardinal sin to not have a musical number.
Right now, we're learning our musical number, and I will not spoil it, but we're learning a choreography, and there's gonna be a dance break, and it's gonna be really fun.
Always in the fourth act, usually, I'd say at the end of the fourth act, always random burst in the song, always a dance, always a contemporary pop song.
My name is Amanda Willis, and I am the Madrigal Choir Director. Basically, I teach the Madrigal Choir all of the traditional and new songs for the year. I assist with the dance break, with the singing at least, so if people need help maybe reaching a note or learning a melody or something, I'll help them with that. Also, I kind of assist with winching songs just because I like them so much, and Maddie kindly let me. Mainly as choir director, it's just taking a new choir and you are teaching them basics of singing and breath control, and you're teaching them traditions of Madrigal as well.
Today's the 8th of November. We have 10 days until Madrigal opens. A little stressed, but it's coming along pretty well. Right now we're moving on to our full runs. I think this is our official first run from technically the beginning to the end. Everyone has their swords on, everyone is doing the fight choreo. We're running some lights, not really. And we're getting a feel for the stage as it exists in the ballroom. We had to recast a role, but we're working with it. Maddie J. Lynch, our improv director, is now playing the role of Merrick, the evil wizard.
The actor who was playing Merrick had a family emergency, and he is no longer able to continue with the show. And he gave us permission to recast someone. His only stipulation was that they have a dope voice. So hopefully my voice is dope enough for his liking. We figured it was probably best to have someone on production staff replace him, since it would be kind of a lot to ask one of the actors to learn an entirely new role with 2 weeks to the show.
We made that choice an hour ago. Brand new.
I'm a little nervous, not gonna lie. I'm used to playing good guys, but this is gonna be fun.
We've been here since noon. It is 6:14, so 6 hours. We're halfway through. That's only the hardest part. So today is the day that everything kind of comes together finally. We get all the last minute work on costumes and set pieces and props and things. We have full tech rehearsal. We have lights. We have sound. I believe we have stagehands, and if not, that's going to be here soon. We also, what we're about to do is go through something called a cue to cue, which essentially is just we are going to go through the show and incorporate tech into it. And so we make sure that every light looks good, that the sound is on time, that lights come up whenever they're needed, and that everything just flows in one cohesive mass. It takes forever, but if you don't do it, you don't have a show. So yeah, we open Thursday. After today, so the rest of today is we're going to do the cue to cue. We're going to probably fine-tune a couple things, and then we're going to try to run the show as normal, at least once. The rest of this week is focusing on any problem areas that arose today, for whatever reason, which we haven't so far, which is neat. We will just spend the rest of this week running the show so that everyone gets a feel of it and how it looks, and just like we nail run times down and we make sure that things aren't lagging or going too fast, or just... It is essentially making sure that the show, as it will exist with tech and everything, is as good as it possibly can be before we open on Thursday.
Nervous! I'm feeling pretty nervy, but I'm excited. I got down some good character stuff today. Like there was a way that Cameron was playing Merrick that I was like trying to replicate, but then I realized I'm not as tall or as intimidating as Merrick, so I kind of had to like change some of the ways that I was playing him around, and I feel a lot more confident in it now, doing it my way.
The next 3 days are just as many runs as we can possibly get done, including like touching up some other moments, and now is when we're adding the choir back in, we're adding the balcony scene outside as well, and then soon enough we will be doing the improv breaks once we get the tables mapped out. Thursday, the plan looks the same almost every night. Calls at 5, we all get here, we get in a costume, we get into makeup.
I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I cried a little yesterday because I was just so happy for everyone. Right now, I'm like, I have a sheet, I have the mic, I just gotta do mic check, gotta know where everyone's seating. So right now I'm just trying to get prepared for the show. So I've already passed, like I've already done my makeup and my hair, and I'm already gonna get in costume. Yeah, I'm really excited and pumped. I have a lot of people coming out supporting me, supporting the whole cast, and we're just ready to have a wonderful time. So far, yesterday we ran through the whole show, and I would say overall that was the best moment because we ran the show together like it was the actual thing, and it was just a very perfect moment.
I know I've said the words, I'm incredibly proud of you before, and I know it's repetitive, and I hope it doesn't lose its spark because I've said it so much. You guys have no idea how proud I am of all of you as a unit, as individual people. I've seen you grow so much in like, what, 2.5 months?
Yes.
That's not a lot of time. And I will say this is probably the hardest magical UT's ever have to put on, and we sold out.
Yep.
Woo! Feel good about yourselves, confident, you're doing a great job, you will do a great job, and this is going to be a great night.
The biggest challenge of this year's Madrigal is since we were unable to do Madrigal last year, like that was an entire year missed of getting to continue Madrigal traditions, to recruit new people, and like all of our members graduated during the pandemic. So we're starting from scratch this year, essentially. Most of the alumni are on production staff. There's maybe 2 or 3 alumni who are actually in the show. Everyone else is brand new. So having to teach people like from scratch what Madrigal is, that's been sort of challenging.
Never lose sight and what you're passionate about.
Do what you love.
Say what you love.
Spread love. And be unapologetically yourself.
And this, my family and friends,
It's the ballad of the past and future. Huzzah!